You are now with Demigod.
I forgot who said it, but they said like people that like live in carry states, they kind of have like more mutual respect for the other person. Yeah. Because like if you live up here, you're like, damn, I don't want to talk crazy because you might have something on you. If you live somewhere that's a carry state, it's like you're just gonna assume he has a gun on him. Yeah. So let's keep this situation as de-escalated as possible.
There's a saying, a well-armed society is a polite society. That people say, because then you're just like, oh, everyone has guns, so it just kind of evens the.
Got that on you.
I think just because someone has a gun, I mean they gotta shoot you. You know, a lot of people, I feel like most people down south probably have a gun just in case they gotta protect themselves. They're not going out maliciously looking to blow someone's head off.
No. But if you realize someone has something holstered on their hips, you're much more likely, less likely to get out your car and road rage incident and start swinging at their fucking window and shit.
If I lived in Texas, I have my thing like when I have this, I have my hoodie tucked so you can see that thing right there.
You're really Amigos fan, tuck hoodies. Shout out to Quavo.
I'm telling you, you would have I had that thing tucked right there, boy. Real quick, like so you could draw it fast, like you know what I'm saying?
Y'all did not just see that. Like
had that shit just ready to go.
Hey yo. That's my funny.
I'm not drinking pee out, this is green tea.
I want a gun.
You want a gun?
Hell yeah, I want a gun.
We'll get you one of the ones you gotta pull out your sock. Like you ever seen like those James Bond movies where they sneak in and they put out.
That's gonna take mad time. You're gonna get laid smoke. Pull out her sock.
You never seen those James Bond movies like where it's in the stockings and they pull it out all smooth and it's like they don't got a gun and they got a gun. It's like
I seen a pen gun. Was it you I was looking at that shit with? Maybe. It's like he took it out, he screwed some shit on, and he clicked the button and it just poof.
It's like one shot.
Fucking that shit is crazy.
Yeah, imagine back in the day.
CIA had one that was like back in the day they were gonna assassinate someone with it. Yeah, it was supposed to be a camera, but then you press the button and like one bullet comes out.
Yeah.
To try to like assassinate.
I can see CIA
like Castro, I think it might have been, or something like that.
I can see CIA doing that, bro.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of things. Imagine back in the day though, when you had to like stuff your gun before you pop somebody. I'm gonna get you now. Meanwhile, you over here cleaning your gun out.
You shoot at somebody now. You feel me? You can talk crazy between loading clips and shit. The person gotta wait. They're like, yo, wait, just you just wait, bro.
And you better not miss with that one bullet. Like you had to really hit them with that one bullet too. Or
and God forbid it was a damn day and you had an argument with somebody.
What happens on a damn day?
Fucking that gunpowder is not lighting.
I didn't know that. How?
Hell no.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you gotta light it. So.
Gunpowder has to be dry.
Ignite.
Yeah, they just gotta ignite.
So when
it should get wet. Like there was militias and factions in the army that like they had ammo, but they fucking didn't properly store their gunpowder, so they're just like sitting ducks. Might as well just have nothing.
Yo, what do you do as a command? You probably start swinging, right? Like
you can't load your cannons, you can't load your muskets. Pretty much
go old school, yeah.
Bayonet patrol at this bitch, right?
Uh-huh.
Just turning niggas to shish kebabs out here. That's what you had to do.
I might have to shoot y'all.
Do not forget the whole conversation.
Well, I didn't forget the conversation.
For not cutting out the last time.
Oh, here we go again.
Nah.
You had plenty of time to let us know exactly what you want to cut out. All right?
I'm staying out of it.
Did they hear it?
Nope.
They hit you back? Huh?
James.
Stop acting like you're that popular, right? Relax. No one's listening to your little podcast, Lay.
Nah, if anybody talked to any of us and they ask us how our little podcast is going, swing on them.
Okay. I'm sorry that you didn't get back to me in the end.
Jace.
What do you want to say?
Smoke.
Let it out.
Jace.
Smoke.
Huh?
Out of everybody, I feel like, you know.
Oh, don't play that card, all right? Don't make me feel bad because
you are the most reasonable.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Out of all of us.
How we get thrown into this? How we
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Jalen showed up here.
So, you know, I'm gonna let you slide this one time.
Oh, okay. You're gonna let me off the hook?
Yeah.
I think
I'm not gonna go off on you.
Hey, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Why Jace the most reasonable?
Because
it's because
Jace.
I'm letting you off the hook.
Oh,
how about that? I'm flipping it on you. Tables have turned.
Jace,
it's because we moderately like Kevin Samuel.
No. Jace would like tell us like, "Nah, you're bugging," or "This
tell
is
people they
this,"
bugging all
or
the
"This is
time.
this." No,
Like you bugging right now.
I feel like sometimes we be too mindful of each other's feelings, so we be like, yeah. But Jace, like, he kind of like be telling all of us, like, no, you're bugging, you're bugging, you're doing this.
Can I tell you right now what I think?
But
I think that's not true.
Mm.
I think I tell everybody they wildin' when they wildin'.
No, you don't.
And niggas tell me I'm wildin' when I'm wildin'.
I don't think so.
Who?
I don't think so. I don't think it's always like that. No.
Chase, you see what you started and you off camera.
It's because we're getting close to the summertime.
Huh?
You know, when you get close to the summertime, people start getting spicy. That's all.
Like, huh?
People back outside. It's the first year with no more COVID. You know, people are just.
Are we stamping it? I keep seeing people saying this summer,
gone.
they try to make this summer a 2016 summer. I don't know if that summer can ever be
Looking for
recreated.
revenge.
Summer 16 was legendary. What was y'all best summer ever?
Ooh, shit, like, probably 16.
Yeah, I think me too.
I graduated high school, and then I was like high school going into college. It was bugging.
Summer 16 was crazy.
Yeah, that was
wild summer. Yeah.
What?
I think 15.
What grade was I in? 2016.
Oh, you're going into your sophomore year in college?
No, that summer was cool. It was fun. I don't know. College felt like one big summer.
Even when it's snow on the floor.
It was 4 years of summer. That's how it was lit in the college.
That's funny as hell. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Demigod Chronicles. It's your boy Asante Daya, aka Demigod, and we are back here on another recording day. Today's a special day. Today is not technically Chris's birthday, but we celebrating my cousin today. This beautiful man to my right here.
What else?
You feel me? He see, I wasn't ready for the what else. I got you.
DJ Khaled.
My boy is, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I got you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do he take tests to figure out
Mm-hmm.
how he interact with other people,
Mm-hmm.
but he take tests to elevate his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And within elevating his mind,
Mm-hmm.
he brought himself to a higher level of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And within that thinking, you feel me? We here.
Mm-hmm.
And we on another level with him.
Mm-hmm.
This is my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
This is Christian,
Mm-hmm.
Brian
Mm-hmm.
Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 26th year on this earth. And I'm here today to tell you,
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
And you feel me? This is a pivotal year.
Mm.
You know, you got a big goal to hit before next year.
Mm-hmm.
And we gonna get there. You feel me? The people don't need to know what that is, but everybody that come to your crib know what that is.
Yeah, Jace, when you play that, could you put like some like sentimental music in the background?
Yeah, I got you.
Like
The violin from
SpongeBob.
World's Smallest
I
Violin.
think you're a great guy, Chris. You bring a lot of wisdom to the world.
just a little unreasonable.
I can't be nice to y'all niggas. I'm done.
I appreciate that one.
It's like, fuck.
I think I agree with you on it, actually.
Yeah. Like,
I'm messing with you. Like, thank you.
I'm done.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Nah, I think you bring a lot of wisdom to the world, and you do a lot of great things. And I'm excited to grow with you
Mm-hmm.
as your friends and see all the peaks you hit
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to more life.
Mm-hmm. So if I was like, yo, let's jump off the bridge, you gonna do with me?
Fuck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the real one.
Fuck yeah. Let's go bungee jumping.
Hell no. I'll jump out of a plane, but what I'm thinking about bungee jumping is like when the ricochet of the rope. Or
Yeah,
the
I
whiplash
feel
of the
like
rope,
my
I don't want to do that.
No.
Yo, y'all saw the
Fuck around,
video.
dislocate both your ankles. Yeah,
Yep. I know exactly what you're about to
we're
say.
not talking
You guys
about
know what I'm
it.
saying?
We're not
Yep.
talking about it.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna skip that
Yeah.
one.
What?
We're gonna skip that.
How
Yeah.
can I?
Amusement park.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no! I'm talking about that. Oh, I didn't
no?
watch it. You know, I don't watch stuff like that.
No.
I'm talking about
You guys don't want to talk about that?
No.
I'm talking about the one where the guy jumped out the plane and got knocked out midair.
Oh, the one where they crashed into another plane?
Oh
No.
no, his boy went and got
His
him.
boy went.
That
and
was
saved
tough.
him. The guy was like knocked out in the air, like
Yeah.
free falling, knocked out.
G-force knocked him out.
The
And
guy,
his boy had to his boy had to dive to grab him to deploy his shoe for him.
and then jumped off and deployed his. It was look like some James Bond shit.
Yeah, that shit was
That's
tough.
cool.
That shit
Really?
was tough as fuck.
That
You
was
think it
tough.
was real?
It was The
Yeah.
guy was
no,
like
it was definitely
the guy was like this.
he had a GoPro and you could see the dude like his body was just like a noodle in the wind.
Yeah.
Well, how did he get knocked out?
G-force.
What's that?
I don't know how to explain it. Well, it might not be G-force. It could
It's
just
like
be gravity.
depending on like the.
Well, gravity
the
force.
s-
Isn't that what it's short for? G-force?
I'd imagine, yeah. That would
Yeah.
make sense.
But if there's like pressure, right? Same thing with water.
Mhm.
You go down. As you're coming down,
Mhm.
there's like an amount of pressure on your body.
Mhm.
And for some people, it just causes them to, I guess, get knocked
Wait,
out.
tell me, did y'all watch that other video though? Will the guy falling out the?
Yeah.
The
I didn't-
amusement park?
I didn't
didn't
know.
watch it.
I didn't know what it was.
I
until
did watch it.
Yeah.
You
My
watch
little
it?
brother showed me today, actually.
I can't watch stuff like that.
Nah, but it was sent with no context.
I
It literally was just a video.
so I when I was watching it and then I saw him at the top.
All right,
You know
I
what I
don't want to.
I'm the type of person like I'm gonna skip to the end kind of guy.
So
So when I skipped to the end,
I did too.
I saw something on the floor. I was
I
like,
was like, what happened?
I went out, read the comments. I was like, I'm watching this.
Does this make you scared? Not like scared to go to amusement parks?
I was
now?
already scared, so it's
Yeah,
so good.
I already didn't trust things.
Yeah, I
like
was
that,
already
you know?
weary, so nothing
Oh,
changes for me.
no. That
What's
sucks.
gonna suck is I'm not gonna be able to hold my kids back.
You're
I'm
more
yeah.
likely to die in a car accident than to die at an amusement park.
There you go. The love the logic. It's the truth.
I repeated that, young man.
Yeah, all right.
That's what
Yeah.
I gotta say.
No,
But I don't know why
yeah,
those things ski me
Rest
out,
in-
like roller coasters and all that stuff. I get.
for sure.
It's just not for me, boy.
Yeah. I just can't deal with the
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes waiting in line to get on the thing. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at this like, oh my god, man, this is gonna suck.
Yeah,
You know, like
just
why
gotta
I'm
go at
here
a
just
good
because a bunch of people
time.
convinced me to get on it. And then
Yeah.
That's what I
That's
be
fine.
saying.
I know,
done
Cat.
before,
Y'all did
but-
not
I love
introduce
the
ourselves.
amusement parks.
We did it.
No.
Oh, we just kept the conversation going.
They know who we are.
realized that.
they know who everybody
You know
is.
who
Yeah,
it is. You know.
you know the vibes.
Yeah.
Like
You
it
know
is what it is.
Black and yellow.
But welcome back to another episode of the Demigod Chronicles. My name is Asante here with my brother men for another episode. And yeah, we're gonna have a good show today. How
He's
about you guys?
annoying. Big Lay back in the cut. Yay, yay.
Oh, I thought he was just kidding because he definitely just said his name's Asante.
He did, and he used your thing. He said, back in my brother, man.
I know. It is what it is.
Lashes,
I'm over
lashes
y'all
on-
niggas
and
already.
we have a guest in the
Y'all should've
audience
kept it
today,
going, like-
and she's over here pinching her mouth and her nose so her laughs don't come out. But we keep telling her it's okay if she want to be audible. You feel
What
me?
she don't know is we got another camera on.
Yeah, we not
Catching-
gonna say
catching
your
her
name if you don't
reactions.
want to be sad, but you can laugh out loud. You can LOL in here, so it's perfectly fine. All right, she's a.
Now you'll see her you'll see her reaction. We're gonna make a reaction video. Of her. We got like a little side camera catching your reactions.
But yeah, Lay's back, everybody.
Yeah, I'm back. It's just been a lot going on. School, work, school. Y'all know how that goes.
Regular shit.
So, yeah, I'm back. Glad to be back.
Did you take your test yet?
Excited. No, I haven't. Oh, actually, I did.
Mhm.
I'm lying.
How'd you do?
I did.
Well,
No.
now how'd you do? How did you feel taking it? I should ask. That.
I feel good about it, but then I don't want to feel too good about it because then I feel like I'm not gonna be.
No. If you
it's not gonna be
studied,
good.
fucking have confidence
So-
behind that feeling good, you know?
Yeah, it's been a lot going on, so I just been trying to buckle down, get this school shit out the way, get my life together. So it feels good though.
And Jace is over there.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
here. This is me.
Jace.
You're here.
Fucking
Jace is here.
The tech,
I'm off
man.
camera now because Lay wants to beat me up, and I don't want to be next to her today. I'm scared of her today.
She has been aggressive lately.
Lay's mad at me
Huh?
today, guys.
Remember that time?
Aggressive.
Leish,
I'm teasing you, Lay. It's all love here. All right. We're doing good today.
I hear you.
Huh?
I hear you.
What?
I hear you, Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
she's
On camera.
Oh.
It's okay.
That hug was a little bit too
Way.
long. That hug was a little bit too
Get
long.
it right.
HR.
was a second too
Wait,
long.
did she even accept
She is
that?
HR, so there's a conflict
Yeah.
of
Did she let
interest.
you?
She can't even come at me.
It's very true. Salad.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Christian.
Happy birthday to you.
Gracias, gracias.
Make a wish.
Um,
Hurry up, this shit is hot.
got it.
Yay!
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Cuzzy. Take cupcakes. Don't plop in the mic, guys. But yeah.
What's that asshole?
All right. Oh yeah. So asshole. Asshole is a person. It's a person that's always inquiring, right? And whenever they get the information, they
this off now?
just never.
There.
They just never use the shit, right? So it's like, all right, boom. You'll have a person that might ask you, like how to get in for a job application or somewhere like that. Don't ever apply to this shit. Or you got somebody that asks you diet information, and the next time you see her or them, they're like even bigger than when they ask you for the information. Or a person that's like, yo, what do you think about this person and how they treat me? And you give them your honest information, and then the next time they see you, they're complaining about the same person. You know? That's an asshole. So have you guys ever ran into one of those?
I'll deal with assholes every day. You see. You know.
You sound like an old man. You see? Yeah, that 26 jumping.
Let me tell you something. You know, because, you know, especially when you got the podcast and everything, you put yourself in a situation, you know, where people like to come to you, you know, share their thoughts, ask for your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
all these things. But then people, honestly, I think 99% of the world is asshole. You know, they ask all these questions, they ask to do something, but they're not going to do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they know they're not going to do nothing about it, but they still ask anyway.
Anyway,
You know, I respect the hustle.
bro, I follow somebody that every week on their story, they're taking a poll and asking them, a person, something about something. And it's just like, I feel like, oh, is this also people that inquire about information that has nothing to do with anyone but yourself? Like, bro, why are you asking people about what's the next field you should step in for work? Isn't that like a personal question? Like, I can't tell you, like, what if I tell you go be a professional bowler? Are you going to take my information and
I
run
was
with
actually
it?
thinking about that the other day.
Professional bowling?
Like, just people who played bowling in high school.
Mhm.
What was that life like to like be like your full-time varsity jacket was bowling? Like, what was it like? Like, cause schools,
SM had a tough bowling team.
A lot of,
we did have a tough bowling
Yeah,
team,
a
like
really
lot of
tough-
wrist
yeah.
brace, you know, a lot of dexterity. Probably was a good life, man.
But on a side note, or back to the main note,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a personal question. You shouldn't. I think some people are not used to going within
Mhm.
to find answers, and all they know is leaning on external things to give them the results that they want, but they don't know how to like go within themselves and ask things. Like, there's no personal relationship with themselves, so they struggle with things like that, you know. Or maybe they're just looking for some good advice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And my thing is like you could want advice and you could like ask a person a question that may be like, you know, maybe more of an uncomfortable question, but at the same time, you shouldn't be asking things that you know in your own mind that you already have made up like, what you're gonna do. So at this point, now you're just asking me a question, making me waste my breath, and you're not even gonna apply this to your life.
You mean like people who ask you questions for confirmation and not for actual advice?
Yeah.
Yes, like that's an asshole. Or if a person's like, like I said, consistently complain about one thing.
It's like that thing Chris has said before. He's like, sometimes you'll, at the beginning of a conversation, you're like, do you just want me to listen or do you actually want my advice?
Exactly.
Right? He said? That.
Because don't ask me something you already have your mind made up on.
Yeah.
Like, simple. As guys and girls, you probably have an example that guys might do to you.
Oh my god.
I've had a girl be like, oh, what looks cuter, this or this? And I'm like, oh, that looks cuter. And then you're like, oh, but this one goes with this, and I already have these. So in your mind, you already knew you wanted to wear that one.
Yeah.
But you asked me anyway just to disagree. That's an asshole to me. Why'd you ask? You knew what you wanted to wear.
I
I
guess
think I'm guilty.
How
of
about we
that
ask
at
that?
I
times.
would say I'm an asshole
Uh-oh.
too.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm
Uh-oh.
excited to be like, oh.
So
like,
why? We want answers.
I know
Why?
Because sometimes I need an outside force to make me realize, if I'm indecisive about something, I need an outside force to tell me, like, oh no, I really did want that one. You get me? Like sometimes if I can't make a decision, I'll flip a coin, and I won't go off of what the coin. If I say this is heads, this is tails, but then I'll realize what I'm hoping for, what I really want, and I'll be like, oh okay, I want that one.
Okay.
Same if it's tails, it's like no, I want that other thing.
Okay, so you want confirmation to the decision you're gonna make.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
I asked your opinion of something, I'd be like,
It's
and then
how
you
you
said this
calculate.
other thing,
Mhm.
I'd be like, no, but I really want those now. You get me?
Okay, so Lay.
I would agree. The validation, like trying to see which one is best. Are you looking at this man's cupcake sandwich?
No, I was making sure it didn't fall on my couch.
No. This not going nowhere.
Continue, Lay. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the validation, like knowing I have like that other option or options.
But how come when you don't get the validation, you still go with it anyway? Then, if you're after validation, how come when you don't get validation, you still go with it?
Cause like
You too, Jace.
at the end of the day, I feel like we all know what we want, like regardless of all the advices we listen to, things we see, hear, read, look at. I feel like we all have an understanding.
All right, we had to take a quick break because we tore into this cake, but we're back
Like we never left.
like we never left.
We're talking
But
about
we were talking about
assholes?
assholes.
Yeah.
And so more people who ask questions already knowing what they want to do, but they decide to ask you anyway. You spill your whole heart out to giving them advice, then they end up not doing what you advise them to do in the first place. Am I on spot on there?
I think it's fine to be an asshole.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a
What?
little
You
bit.
agree?
I'm a little bit of an asshole, but I really don't like when my friends do it to me, which is
I
interesting.
think it's good
It's okay.
to ask, like you said,
It's
for
okay to be a
reinforcement.
hypocrite a
Yeah.
little, right?
For reinforcement, if you're like, yo, what's your decision? Like, what would you do if you're me? That's different.
Mhm.
Rather than, I don't like the people that are assholes. Like they're coming to you, like they're in complete desperation, like they have no clue what to do,
Mhm.
and they already know what they want to do. So it's like, if don't come to me complaining about something that you don't even want to change for yourself.
And
You
if
know?
it- and when if
I
and I,
gotcha.
and I think out of common courtesy, if someone spends time spilling their whole heart out to you, giving you advice, you should let them know what you end up doing.
Yeah,
Like if you come to me ask me for advice,
I kept it.
You need updates, right?
yeah, like hey,
Jace, I kept it.
thank you.
We should
I'm
make an
sorry.
app.
Make it happen.
We should make an app.
What's that?
Like once you once you do this, and it's like gives you constant updates that you could just send to all the people that gave you advice.
Yeah.
This is what I ended up doing. It's like a storyline. You know what I'm saying?
The way
You
this
see the
pod,
tree.
but the way this podcast goes, someone's gonna steal that idea in a couple months.
More Monday, tomorrow, watch Joe Budden podcast. Yo, we got this idea for an app.
But all right, no, assholes, I think it's bad if it's on like a big scale sometimes. Like if you're constantly coming to me with like relationship troubles. and
That's
you're,
the
like, making it
worst.
seem like
Worst.
this is the biggest
That's
thing in the,
the
world.
worst.
Too, and then you just like stay with this
Honestly,
person.
you're better off not giving people.
Then that's
I've-
annoying. But if
I've
it's just
never-
like, yo, should I get this coffee table or that coffee table? And then they're like, oh, that one. You're like, I think I want the other one. I
That's
think
straight, yeah.
I'm
That's
that-
cool.
I'm
That-
that kind of asshole.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. I'm talking like big life. Like there's definitely different types, but big life question assholes. Those are the ones that bother me.
Yeah.
Like if you are in a relationship like that, I ain't gonna front. You have a few times, maybe 2 times to do that before I tell you, like, bro, you need to figure out your situation, because you're not about to always call me like, yo, bro, call, like where you at? Call me.
Yeah.
And then you're venting about some shit that you're not gonna be mad about in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing that.
Stop that.
You're not doing that.
Yeah,
You
come
can
on.
walk through. You exist. People exist. I swear. No, you're good.
No, bro, we gotta stop it. I'm calling it out.
Petition?
No more assholes. Let me
Don't-
tell you something. Especially relationships. Relationships are the worst. Because every time you give
It
someone
really is.
They are the worst.
every
right?
time you give someone relationship
agree.
advice, they're going
Like-
to do what they were gonna do anyway. You can never tell someone, like, some guy will be like, man, I'm really feeling this girl, but she stabbed me in the back twice already. She's already I think she's gonna stab me in the back again. She's never been good, but I just love her. You'd be like, man, listen, bro, there's a lot of girls out there. Why deal with someone who keeps stabbing me in the back? I love her.
That's why you have one universal
All right.
answer. Do what makes you happy. What do you think is the best for you?
Nope,
bro?
that's terrible advice.
That's not. I'm not giving any advice.
Oh.
I'm trying to help you explore your answer.
Oh, okay.
What do you feel like is the best thing for you?
But
'Cause
then did they
I'll
see,
give my friends like advice at one time, and then after that, I'm just like, all right, like not one time, but like it'll get to a certain point. I'm just like, all right, I've
Mhm.
given you all the advice I give you, like, and then you start bringing it up to me. I'm just gonna be like, yo, you know my position on it already. Like,
Yeah.
Have you
my
ever
position hasn't
given
changed.
someone
Like, I told
advice?
you what you need
But
to
you
do.
know what's Santi, what I'm saying is
Like-
dangerous about that? Because sometimes bless you. Sometimes
Thank you.
what's best for you doesn't make you happy. So if you tell someone to do what makes you happy, that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna do what's best for them.
True, but have you ever, and especially in that situation, because we talking specifically relationship wise right now, right?
Mhm.
If this is a person that is with that person, like you said, they love them,
Mhm.
bro. I've been in a situation where I've given advice like that,
Mhm.
and then they go have a communication with that person
And now they hate you.
and be
too.
like, I should have fucking listened to Asante.
Yeah.
He told me you was no good for me.
Yep.
And then now y'all together, and then next time I see her,
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh yeah, my girl not feeling you, bro."
Yeah.
He's like, what?
I wonder why.
What, nigga? The fuck? I
Yeah.
tried to help you.
Yeah.
Threw me under the bus.
Now I'm the enemy.
You fucking dickhead. That shit is
Don't like you
ridiculous.
hanging out with Christian and them.
Yeah, bro. It's like, bro, I like I said, if you're looking for actual genuine advice, I'll give you
Mhm.
advice. But like Chris said, some people just they don't really want advice. They just want to talk.
Which is okay.
Yeah. I think me and my friends always give each other advice, and
That shit I
like,
don't listen to.
if we listen, we listen. If we don't, we don't. Like we be on some like, yeah, I'm not listening to you. And be like, yeah, we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want. But I feel like it's good that you still give your like. you
Now that I
say
think
your
about
piece.
it, I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna be real.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna be real vague right now, so
Uh-oh.
Jace don't gotta
Uh-oh.
cut it.
Uh-oh.
But that was an asshole situation of you.
Oh
What?
my God. He
My,
went there.
my country. That's all I'll say.
Oh my God. He went there. Wow.
What she just brought up.
Oh my God.
Cause I think you told us, she told you no, and we told you no.
Yeah,
And you still did it.
yeah, that's
Oh
true.
God.
I don't listen,
But
I have that.
As you guys can
problem.
see, Lay did say maybe she can be some of one sometimes. So that is called accountability, people.
Yeah. Think on
What-
it.
what do
You
you-
guys want?
What do you guys think about entertaining adaptations?
Shut up.
What?
Jace. All right, so boom.
What are you
Right?
talking about? What is shit?
Wait.
Just entertaining
wait,
adaptations.
huh?
You know, Bel Air, Halo, sample music. Stuck in a loop. I know.
He read it as a question too. Yo,
I'm
Jace
sorry.
is fucking stupid.
All right.
All right, so I saw something the other day, right? And they were talking about like how original things now like really aren't original, right?
You deleted it?
Nah, this is the top. This is the top. So basically, I was asking with it's supposed to say entertainment adaptations.
Oh.
Like new music now, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the Sweetie song "My Type" last year. We know that was a Lil Jon and Eastside song, Eastside Boys song back in the day. You got Chris Brown and Big Sean remaking this, and all these people, all music sounds the same. You'll see TV shows come back out, Hawaii Five-0, MacGyver. All these shows are like shows now being remade from the 80s. Do you think there's too much of a like an adaptation loop in like entertainment right now? Like, because like they're doing Halo, they just turned Halo into a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Bel Air now is a live action soap opera version of Fresh Prince and shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that idea itself is original by reimagining something else, or do you think this like kind of lazy?
Lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
But devil's advocate, you are a Tory Lanez fan.
I was just about
Right?
to say that.
And the stuff that he does when he remakes music,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
No, because
Okay.
I don't think sampling is lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think what Kanye West does is lazy. But to remake something, like how many cop TV shows are there gonna be? How many action fighting cop shows, firefighter shows, detective shows are you gonna keep making? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the next Chicago thing they do is gonna be like Chicago plumbing. They have
No
fire,
cap.
PD,
They have med,
Chicago Med,
fire. Yeah.
everything.
And it's the same storyline.
Yeah.
Same good God.
Like visuals. Like
you know there's gonna be a love
everything.
story
Yeah.
in it. When's the last time you saw a movie without a love story? Like even Batman was a dark movie. Threw a love story in there. What? Why not
love
have
Batman.
no love story? Why not? Why not have the good guy just die at the end?
Wow, that's a really good point.
That's
Even
kind of
horror movies is love stories. Suspense movies is love stories.
Always love story.
Always.
That's
always
why
a
I
love
liked
interest.
Kanye's docu. I said that like there was no love, like they didn't really talk about like his love life or what he was doing on the side. Like it was really just about him going through like his little struggle to get where he had to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's important.
And like, and to that point in music, like a cover isn't creative, but a sample is still creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everyone's doing covers. Like Kanye, like you said, there was no love story in his documentary. Like you're just waiting for it. Talk about the drama, talk about the drama. No, it was something completely unique in its own sense that you weren't even expecting. Like,
Yeah.
and he made sure he approved everything before it got released.
Right.
The guy's a creative genius.
And for all you lazy fucks out there, Chris is saying sampling music that people know already, right? And you have people that go back and they look through records of a song that nobody's heard in 40, 50 years. That's creative. You don't go back and go fucking sample Usher's 2008 Climax and think that that's fucking creative. Like it was a hit song less than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's not creative.
Especially if you just re-singing Climax.
Yeah.
Change up a little tune or something. You know, it's like when Drake did Sweeter Man, that's not creative.
Mm-mm.
But when he made Practice, that's creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Kanye's the god of sampling.
Even Western Road Flows, that's a whole Mary J song.
Mhm.
He sampled. Fucking Noah fucking flipped it backwards. Yeah. But I think what we're seeing now in TV is especially just entertainment in general. People are just running into this shit where it's just like, oh, how do we reimagine this? How do we redo this? How do we redo that? Rather than like
Hollywood is soft.
Yeah, because I think it's a safer play. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying. They're soft.
Like
bro.
people don't want to have an original storyline, an original film.
They care about
and
the
run
bottom
the risk
line.
of it flopping.
Yeah, they just care about the bottom line. How can we be profitable? Not like how can we come out with something so new, so creative that it changes the game? It might fail. High percentage that it's gonna fail. You know the chick flick romantic comedy is going to sell.
Yeah.
You know if you throw Kevin Hart and The Rock in the movie,
it's gonna sell.
And have them do a comedy action guy, it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because people try to find formulas.
Yeah.
And just keep working that formula until the algorithm changes.
Bro, how many times?
Like, you seen Batman yet?
No, not yet.
All right, so I won't spoil it.
No, please don't.
But this isn't a spoiler to say that Joker isn't in the movie, right? And you seen it, Jay seen it. I don't think right now they need to do another Joker for this next film. You feel me? Like, let it wait, let it marinate, because
there's so many people.
Like you said, how many? I think I've seen a tweet. 4 people have played Joker in the last 12 years.
Wow.
You feel me? Like you just keep reimagining the same role. There's other villains in Batman. Yes, Joker is a pivotal villain.
When was the last time they made a new superhero? And didn't keep remaking the same superhero.
They made a gay superhero last year. I remember.
Was it a new one? Like a brand new, like,
yeah.
Yo, this is you got new powers. Like, when was the last time a superhero did
like his superpowers?
He's new. Like, it's just a new guy. Like,
I think he was super sassy. No? All right. I'm sorry. Left that one out.
Just a new superhero in general?
Like one that like the comic book came out this year type. Like,
oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like, not like you could go through 1970. Like, when was the last time they made, like, stop making Spider-Man over? Stop making Batman over.
I think the Amazon Prime shit is the newest superhero to come out.
That was a
Invincible.
New one. He's actually a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Omni-Man or whatever his name is.
See, and that was unique. You know what I mean?
Because they were like raunchy superheroes.
And it made like a little father-son dynamic. Like, it was new. Do something new, bro. People, even kid shows. They're remaking the kid shows we had.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and they're making it worse. And it's like,
I was on one of these streaming services, and I was scrolling through, and I was just like, wow. I was like, that's so fucking lazy. Punky Brewster was like a show that aired like before any of us was born. But I know the girl from the show because like my mom's like referenced it before, and it's been referenced in other TV shows. I went through. She now has a revamped Punky Brewster now. She's living with, like, the premise of the show was she was like a homeless child, and she got adopted by this building manager. So she's like running like an orphanage in the show. And then next to that was Fuller House. And then next to that was Raven's Home.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just like, bro, these are all spin-offs that we really didn't need. Like, really didn't need.
Do something new.
Like, cast these people in a show and make their dynamic of the show different, I guess. You feel me? But we don't need a Fuller House and a Raven's Home. And then now they're trying to, they're not trying. They brought back Saved by the Bell. Now AC Slater, he's the principal of the school. It's just like, bro, we don't need a new generation of this. I feel like the only show that really did that correctly was like Degrassi. Because everyone was like different than the last. But it was just like the premise was that it's the same school. But you don't need new versions of the same thing all the time rather than creating something else.
I liked Fuller House.
It's just easy.
It was cool.
You know,
it was like
it's gotten to the point that like
nostalgic.
productions are so expensive. I think that it's just easy to lean into something that there's already an existing fan base for. You know, and it's like you make it kid friendly. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm at home, I got kids, and Fuller House, I watched that when I was a kid. I want me and my kids that like we can both enjoy something, and we can both bond over these like this mutual show.
I
both have a shared history.
A couple weeks ago when they dropped How I Met Your Father. I loved How I Met Your Mother, and I loved Hilary Duff from when I was a kid. So I was like, I'm definitely watching this. Yeah, and watching it, I see like how they try to make it in comparison to the other show, but I was like, they could have just did a new sitcom with Hilary Duff, and it still would have worked. Like you didn't have to make within this universe.
Yeah,
but I think
but you hit like a crossover with that one.
I think what really happens is like I think less people are actually creative than people who think they're creative. I think there's people who think they're like these super creative people, and they're really not. Like you're just not as creative as you think you are. You know what I mean? And I think part of that industry is filled with it. People who truly think they're like these creative geniuses, and bro, you're really just not. You know, like you're not Kanye. You're not these people who come in. Like, when was the last time we had a Kanye in film? Who like just did something so different and so unique? Where it's like, yo,
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Okay, he's the last guy who's like, yo,
I'd put him up there with
he
like
changed.
just like completely like fringe. Like he does things that I think most directors couldn't get away with because he's just like, that's my style, you know?
Yeah, the way he shoots movies is like how indie films are shot.
Yeah,
but like, it's on like a
blockbuster, huge blockbuster with Brad Pitt and what's his name?
He's the Urban Outfitters of directors.
See how many
Urban Outfitter makes you feel like you're getting something from like some small mom and pop shop, but it's fucking a million of them printed out in the world, right? Urban Outfitter is like, yo, I know this cool little spot. It makes you feel like that, but it's really just commercialized. But
Urban Outfitter is trash. I'm wild. That maybe that's interesting.
Nah. But yeah, like I was, that was just a thought I had the other day. I was like, I feel like we're kind of stuck in a loop within like just entertainment in general, or just people are just redo, like literally, bro. Magnum PI, they just redid. Lethal Weapon, they just redid. They have a Rush Hour series now. They have
what?
Bro, so many different.
We didn't. Nobody.
The Wayans, one of the Wayans brothers in there. I'm like, bro, there's no reason for all of this, bro. And this is all TV we had already. Like, let that be great for what it is. Magnum PI, freaking MacGyver, all those are shows. A-Team, all those are things that like were famous in the 80s and 90s. Let them be time periods and nostalgic to that time period.
Yeah.
Create something new.
Yep.
You have new people. You have, I don't know, bro. And
so the Rush Hour one, is it an Asian dude and a black guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I don't like that. Like, I would be more open to it if you just did it and like, because what was funny about it is like the dynamic. That they were just like so polar opposite, like these two people, and you'll never be able to recreate that. And it's like kind of corny to just think like, oh, you throw an Asian guy in there, like a Chinese guy and a black dude, and like it's gonna be funny, you know? They get two people that are like just their personalities are like opposite. They can be completely new characters. They don't got to be I don't even remember what they're Lee and what's Chris Tucker's character?
Carter.
Carter.
I don't know. Just make it like
I don't know if that was racist, but
Indian dude and I don't know.
A Hispanic.
Yeah, and like a Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah.
You know, and just like this is a new Rush Hour.
That's
nothing like
the Odd Couple. They redid that.
That's why I'm like saying, yo, bro. And there's no way you got people in these rooms and they're all sitting there and they're like, we got it. And they come out with Rush Hour, the series.
They're redoing Different Strokes with Kevin Hart. I forgot to mention that too. No. Why do we need another Different Strokes? That was on TV. It gave us our after school specials. We don't need another Sanford and Son. We don't. those things are great
we don't.
because they're that. Like, if you made Good Times right now, like redoing all these things, you don't need to do that, bro.
You can never.
If you wanted to take a
remake
storyline,
shows
right,
that.
and say, all right, this is the origin of this person from Good Times, and this is how he moved to South Carolina, and now this this show's called The Johnsons, but we just know that their grandfather was from that show, so we can reference that show when we want to. But it's in the same universe. But you just redoing Good Times? Why?
Imagine someone was like, yo, I'm about to redo Illmatic and just rapped over every single beat from Illmatic in order, the exact beat, and just change their verses.
That'd be tragic. That'd be terrible, bro.
Like someone's like, I'm about to redo Take Care and just rapped over every beat Drake
That'd
rapped
be
on
nuts.
Take Care. Straightforward.
That shit is, no, bro. That shit's ass to me. Like I said, I'm cool with some of it because I like Hawaii Five-0. Some of the like the newer cop shows that they redid, whatever, is cool. But it's just like
I like
you run the risk of now when those shows become old, which you're like, oh, we'll do a newer Magnum PI.
the way
And we'll do a newer version of
the only way that I think it works is like the way The Sopranos is doing it, or like the way like Power does it. Where like
same universe, different story.
Yeah, that's it.
Same universe, different
But
story.
you can't keep. It's not like okay, let's do Sopranos. Let's like instead of them saying let's do the Sopranos story all over again. Let's make his son the main character. Let's do the same show all over again. No, they're like, okay, let's take him as a baby, and let's talk about his life before he became the Godfather. Like that makes more.
You know what I
sense.
like that they did? This is one remake that I'll definitely give credit to. The show with that had Ted Savage in it, Fred Savage, growing up, The Wonder Years. It's a famous show. That kid, he grew up on TV. It's about a white family and their life and how they grew up and stuff like that. They redid The Wonder Years with I don't know if you guys ever watched Psych. You ever watched the show Psych? The black guy Gus. His name's like Dule something.
Mhm.
But it's a black guy. And they redid The Wonder Years in the same time era, but they did a black family. So now you get the perception of seeing how these things happen.
Mhm.
And I was watching one of the episodes, and it was like he had his first little league game, and he won, and he hit the game winning bat and shit like that. Like he hit a home run and all that. And in the white show, that would have been something like they just go home and they eat ice cream and the show would be over. But in this show, they went home, they turned on the news, and that was the day that Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated, and they showed you the effect of how it was in the community, the black community. Literally everybody was just out on their porch, like just crying in the streets, and they just showed like the effect of that. So I'm like, that's the same time era, and it's the same universe as The Wonder Years, but they did the reverse side. Like, well, we're gonna show you what it was like for black people.
So that's cool.
That I thought was pretty
That's
cool. I think
creative.
that's creative. But as far as just like
What if they would have been? Let's just do the Wonder Years over again with the same cup family.
same white family, said, it's like nah, bro.
And for you to even do something like that, it has to have an outlet for a creative spin. Like
Mhm.
to do a black family in the same time period is a creative spin. And then they do the same thing for a Hispanic family or Asian family, because that was a good time period for that. Like
Fresh off the boat. I like that. That's an original.
it's about Asian families.
It's about Eddie Wong and how his family came to America.
See,
Yeah,
that's
that's
cool.
a fun show, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Bro, he said, and this is something that I remember as a kid. Like he said, as an ethnic kid, he hated lunchtime at school because every time he brought something for lunch, he'd have to answer a million questions before he started eating. Someone would be like, "Oh, that food stinks," or this and that. And I just remember like bringing like curry chicken and shit like that. Just think it was normal. And someone would be like, "Oh, that smells good. What is that?" And like they just have like a fucking peanut butter and fluff sandwich. And that's like our culture,
Yo.
two different things, you know.
You guys used to eat fluff? I never ate fluff.
I never ate
Sounded
fluff.
ate it
so
with
I think
fruit.
I did.
It
I ate it
sounded
with strawberries and
disgusting.
like grapes and shit.
No, I never had
I
fluff.
mean, if you don't like marshmallows, you're not gonna like it.
Okay, yeah.
I can
I
remember
gotta
that
try
definitely
it.
being in my house a couple of times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I just like
That and
Nutella.
Nutella. Yeah.
Yeah, I got fluff
Yeah,
and
I
Nutella
like
in my cabinet.
Nutella.
Right
Like
now.
it was like special, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So shit. Like a dessert.
You guys ready to put on political ads? So yeah, I want to talk about the refugees first. The fact that Ukraine stole a tank and that they're still sieging their city. Oh, happy Ukrainian Mother's Day. Today is Mother's Day in Ukraine. Prayers out to you guys. Hope all you moms that are out there taking care of your babies, you keep doing the same things. Yeah, what you guys want to get into?
The refugees.
Yeah, what's
Refugees?
going on with that?
Yeah.
$16 billion was awarded. Well, not awarded, but given to Ukraine. And
By the U.S.?
yeah, and Biden says that he's willing to take at least 100,000 refugees in from war-stricken areas.
There's a bigger
Where?
play here.
100,000.
At least 100,000.
There's a
Oh, at
bigger
least
play
100?
here. There's a bigger play here.
Put them where?
You said put them where? That was one of the main questions people were asking. Like
Feed
where?
them, house them,
Where does 16 billion come from?
do all these
Yeah,
things.
I don't know.
Where? Like how?
Do you give it to them and just like go make a life?
Yeah, like,
mean,
what are
like-
you guys gonna do? Put
like
them
how-
in projects?
Where does
Yeah.
money come
No,
from?
those are two different separate things though. The 16 billion isn't like going to refugees. They gave 16 billion to Ukraine in efforts to
Gotcha.
fund the war, and they're willing to take 100,000 refugees. Those are
Yeah,
two
but
different
then what
separate
happens next? Like we got all these things happening. Gas prices are going up. Like everything's about to start like rising for real. So we're gonna take these refugees and then what? Like our taxes and everything's about to start going up too. Because now we got to sustain these people that are coming into our country. I'm not saying let's not do it because again, it's a tragic situation. Like, but we gotta be like realistic. There's like too much going on.
Mhm.
Like we just got out of a pandemic. People are getting back on their feet. Like, okay, you want to take these people, then you need to have a plan. And what plan is that gonna be? Where are you gonna put them? You gonna make ghettos for them? You gonna put them in projects? What are you gonna do for these people? I don't know. It just
Where's
seems
this
like a
money
lot.
coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just seems like there's just too much going on.
Are they printing money again?
Again, did they stop?
Did they print this 15 billion, or did they have like a funding or fund something?
I have no clue, bro.
It was like, yo, turn
go
that
fund me,
machine
yeah.
on.
People they were sharing pictures of
Yeah. Run that shit
like-
back, Turbo.
Someone shared it was Flint, Gary, Indiana, and somewhere in like Baltimore, and like it literally looked like just garbage on the floor. You know, Flint they're ordering stuff. It was like this what it looks like in some places in America right now, but they got 16 billion to send.
I feel like that's a kind of like
Overseas.
I feel like that's a smack in the face sometimes. It's like, yo, we giving 15 billion to Ukraine, and
That
you
I,
got someone like,
Yeah.
that I can understand, but then it's like, okay, so these refugees, like, okay, like what are you
But-
gonna do with them?
But there's some school districts in America that have no money at all. Like they complain that they don't like teachers don't even like that new show about Philly school district. That new show. That's about teacher in Philly, the comedy. What's that school? We were talking about the other day.
Lower Marion.
Is that that?
That's the one Kobe
Wait,
went to.
so-
That's
so
the only
I was-
school
I
I
was-
know
I
of
was-
Philly.
Just that new show about the school in Philly and that.
Oh, Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, Abbott Elementary. How she jokes in the show about like not having money for anything.
They got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes too, and they got renewed for another season.
You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of schools like that in America that have no money, no funding. Kids have old textbooks. Schools have no ACs. 100,000 would make a big difference to a lot of schools. And you give 15 billion to another country, let alone America also gives a lot of money to other countries besides Ukraine, but you can't give $1,000 to a school in Arkansas. It's like, what's going on here, you know? But I'm not the president. I'm just saying that's kind of crazy to me as a citizen. It makes me question. But I think there's a bigger play here. I don't think America is doing it out of the kindness of their heart. I think America is trying to show that side of Europe how willing America is to help you guys, and that you should trust America, and that you should look like, and that trying to create that bond. Look, Ukrainians, when you guys were at your lowest and Russia attacked you guys, we took 100,000 of you in. We took you're sick. We gave you guys money to help defend your country. You know, we're your allies. And then like the other countries in that area sees it too. Like, look what they did to Ukraine. They would do the same thing for us. We should listen and trust America. I think America will get a lot of support, and so will Western powers get a lot of support in that area now, because they're like, oh, look how they came to our rescue when big bad Russia tried to invade us. So I think there's things behind the scenes going on that they're looking to accomplish, not just, we want to be we're trying to do the right moral thing. So
Yeah, I think Biden's a fucking idiot.
oh God.
All right, so from what I'm reading,
Mhm.
it's a bill,
Mhm.
and the bill basically includes 13.6 billion in aid, and 800 million itself is purchased it says it's an assistance package that includes a bunch of stuff: aircraft systems, javelins, untamed aerial systems, helmets, body armor, helicopters, patrol boats, shotguns, machine guns, medical equipment, explosive ordnance, satellite imagery, and analysis capabilities.
Did we sell it to them or we just gave it to them?
We gave it to them.
Just gave him.
That's they gave $3 billion so far in just money, 800 million in the equipment, and the aid that he signed on, what was that, Wednesday, has a separate 13.6 billion set aside for aid, and it doesn't say where it came from, Chris.
The money where it came from?
No.
We know where it came from.
Jeff Bezos.
No?
It came from all our
Amazon.
pockets.
Amazon shipped that stuff.
Word.
It came from all our pockets. We all just became 2% broker because they wanted to do that.
I believe it.
I say we just revolt, man.
Bro.
JK.
This week
just kidding.
I spent $120 in gas.
How much?
$120 in gas.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, pray for your friends that got a long commute,
Pandemia.
because that is fucking.
Shit is so bad.
Do you
bro.
guys think we're still in a pandemic at this point?
No.
think
Like,
we're-
hasn't it just become life?
I think we're in a pandemic
Yeah.
of thinking. I think no one thinks anymore. That's the pandemic. People lost in the sauce. People are. You know, what's that machine called? Where you shh.
A
gun?
a defibrillator.
We need to hit people with that.
Yeah.
Like, wake up. Like, people are.
That would probably do the opposite.
Put them asleep. people, oh my god, bro, people are still riding hard for Democrats and Republicans. That's how you know they're
Come on,
gone.
man.
If you still banging hard for Republicans and Democrats, you're out of this. You're out of it.
Yeah.
You're out of it, bro. You're out of it.
Another
Man,
honorable mention thing we had on this list was Chris Wallace quit Fox. We ain't gonna harp on this too much, but I just thought it was funny. I just included it in there. He quit Fox because he said his position there was, what do you say, unsustainable?
Yeah.
And they asked him if he had to describe their content in media under one word. He said that he would describe it as deceitful. And he's just working for one media outlet, but I'm pretty sure, there's plenty of people that would say that about the outlet they work at. Because Late asked a question the other
Man,
day in the
nah,
group chat and we was talking about it.
Nah, I don't fuck with that, because it's like you should have called it out when you were there, man. You know what I'm saying? Once the table's open for a new job offer, all of a sudden you got something to say about your ex-employer.
Yeah, he said he tried.
You just setting up like to go to CNN or something like that is how it comes across. Like you just, you're
Yeah.
updating your LinkedIn profile.
But like, going from Fox to CNN,
That would be mad funny.
bro, you might as well just have gone independent on me. Like,
Word.
you went from Fox. What you complained about at Fox is also what happens at CNN. They're the two sides of a spectrum. Like, you literally didn't change jobs. Like, you literally do the same job.
You went from physical abuse to verbal abuse. Still abuse, buddy.
Yeah, so if we gave out donkeys of the day or some equivalent like that, he would get it. Because like, that's like one of those, I'm making a big change, and it's like, bro, you did absolutely
yeah.
nothing.
And to add on top of this outrage, right?
You were outraged?
Huh?
You were outraged about it?
People are outraged about everything. We talked about inflation before. There's a new term they're talking about. It's called shrinkflation,
The hell is
right?
that?
So shrinkflation is basically the idea of, inflation taking place,
Is that
and
right?
now, the item in which is already inflated, companies are now cutting corners behind it. So Doritos released a statement that they were talking about how they put 5 less chips in each bag now,
Tough.
but they charge the same price. Water companies have brought down fluid ounces, and the price of their thing continues. Like, I'm like, bro, we've been knowing this for years though, because chips been fucking 75% air since we were kids. I remember bags of chips used to be full.
Yeah, they used to be.
Then it was half. Now you'll be lucky if you got even up to the fucking top label. But it says shrinkflation says the practice of reducing the size or quantity of a product while the price of the product remains the same or slightly increases. So not only are they fucking us, but they fucking us. All right.
That's why I don't buy it.
So
Kick rocks.
I mean, you feel me? The gas might be increased, but maybe they're not filling your tank to the top, baby girl. So you just get ahead, get out, get them extra little clicks and make sure they're not playing with you. You feel me? Make sure they ain't leaving none on the board. I'm just telling you.
Shrinkflation.
What?
People, I don't know, man.
It's a bro. Everybody is looking to make a fucking dollar somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
But you got it.
I think once people start noticing like things like gas in like going up in price, you know, inflation, they just start like taxing everything just because they know they could get away with it now.
As a company,
Like you won't call them out when you show up at a store and something's $1 more than what was last week.
Yeah.
There's inflation. What can I say?
yeah.
You know, and you're like, what's this got to do with the war in Ukraine or COVID, bro? This is just
Bro, yeah, we all know inflation
Yeah.
was way before that, bro.
Mhm.
But as a company, bro, you always gotta make a decision. Like, do I want to pass costs on to my customers, or do I want to absorb the cost myself?
yeah.
Or do I want to do some type of split? Do I want to slide 60% of the cost to my customers and keep 40%? You know, you make that decision as your company. But the fact that it's so smart, that's why I always say, bro, I think we said on one episode, like, you guys, most people have no chance, bro. You have no chance. You can't beat these guys. How many people are going to realize that the bag of Doritos has 4 less chips?
Nah.
How many people are going to realize that the circumference of their Reese's cup shrunk by a half a centimeter?
Oh yeah, that was another thing on the
Oh my
list. Of Reese's Cup.
goodness.
Yeah.
No one
real?
is ever going to look at a Reese's cup and say the circumference got smaller.
There was a campaign about Snickers last year though. People noticed the size of Snickers went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
And
yeah, they like by like a quarter inch or some shit like that. I'm like, you're a hungry nigga. You noticed that.
But you know what's crazy?
What if they just marketed it as like, oh, we're trying to like help the community and you guys be healthier because we know.
then drop the
what-
price if it's less product.
bro?
But
You-
if they keep it expensive, you're less likely to buy it. You know, if you like
Yeah.
look at the proportion, like, oh, maybe that's not worth it.
Bro, they're so good, bro.
That could. I should work for them, man.
Yeah.
I could
Brother,
spin that for them.
We're
They're-
trying to help you. Don't
they're-
buy this bullshit.
Bro,
Yeah.
they're too good, dog. When you got a
Psych.
team of top psychologists trying to figure out how to get you to buy stuff, you just forget about it, bro. How do you win?
No.
Well, I know how you win, but like, how does the average person win? There's just no way. There's no way. Unless you're intentionally like, they're trying to get me, I gotta win. You know, it's how.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you've been to like chips bags got smaller, you felt like more air was in them. But bro, if they just take away one chip every 2 years, you don't notice. If they shrink the circumference by a centimeter every year, something, you know what I mean, something small, you won't notice.
I mean,
just do it.
eventually you will, no?
Yeah, but by the time then it's like,
Wait, why is this a Reese's Pieces?
you know,
Could have sworn this was a cup 2 years ago.
Facts.
bro. Like that's why sometimes I go to the grocery store. I remember sometimes they would say like lettuce, $1 an ounce. Then it went from lettuce, $1 a bunch. Just little subtle changes like that, bro, just makes all the difference. Going from $1 a bunch to $1 an ounce, you pay just you pay like $1 more, maybe a couple cents more every time you go to the grocery store. Then you got 1,000 people running through your grocery store doing that every single day. It adds up.
They said they need to contact Arizona, not the state, the drink company.
It's still $1.
Yeah, they said whoever's fighting inflation over there.
They fit. It's tap water and sugar. I mean,
They
what
should
could your
go
cost
over there.
really be? Like, they've been making a killing off Arizona. Bro, all they gotta do is go to their house and turn the pipe on and just put some sugar in it.
That's fucking
That's
hilarious.
fucking
All right,
nasty.
we're gonna take a slight break here, which brings us to this week's song of the week. This week's song of the week. Just make sure. This week's song of the week is another local artist from Plainfield. This is MOZZ with her new song, dropped about 2 weeks ago. I'd like to say 2-3 weeks ago. And her song is called "Call Me." We'll be back after these short messages.
They can call us silly if they wanna. You can tell I'm really sprung on you. I can tell you feel the same way, don't you? And you can call me anytime you wanna.
So this week in news, City Boys is up. That new shit just touched the streets.
Kodak?
Honestly, I wanted to joke about it, but I'm honestly concerned. But male birth control will be available.
I'm not taking it.
Very soon.
That nigga's about to be shooting blanks.
Nah, it's not even about that. It's not even about
Is it hormones?
The conception part of it. That means there's gonna be like more people out here not using condoms. That's gonna be the problem.
Yeah,
Good luck, y'all.
The babies was never my issue because babies don't. You having the baby don't affect me, but you bring it to putting some shit into the community and spreading it around. You feel me?
Oh, I get you.
It's all active dating pool.
You mean someone else having a baby?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, he said that weird for a second.
Yeah, I thought you meant like
I was like,
if you
would
gotta
you-
go pregnant.
yeah.
I
I
was
would be
waiting
like
for my
okay
finish.
with it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like someone else's baby doesn't affect me.
Okay.
I've never ran out on child, guys. Relax.
No,
I know.
no,
I'm
no.
just saying the way it came out. I was like, wait a minute.
It was confusing, but I got you.
Santi doesn't give a fuck about kids. But yeah,
But
like
yeah, if you're spreading diseases,
yeah,
or
I feel
that,
like
that sort of
I-
stuff.
I feel like STD rate is definitely gonna go up.
Good luck.
because of
with
that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
And I saw a girl tweet. It was fucking hilarious. She said the problem with male birth control isn't like, the fact that it's gonna work or not. She said it's the problem that you have. She's the issue is that you have to trust men to do two things: one, not lie, and two, remember to take something. And I was like, oh, that's fucking funny. Niggas be lying and forgetting.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's like that might not be healthy for you guys.
It's not healthy for you guys.
Yeah, that's
So it's
very
definitely
true.
not gonna be healthy for us.
Facts.
Very true.
It ain't healthy for nobody.
I ain't
They
taking
ain't
that shit.
perfect the other one yet. What makes you think that this one is?
This brand new one gonna hit
Yeah.
the streets better. No,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be pumping excess hormones into anybody.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
So I'll pass, and I hope y'all pass too. I know you're not gonna pass though.
Could you imagine that convo?
I heard a
Yo-
theory once, like with birth control. It's like since it changes like women's like hormone chemistry so
Mhm.
much that you could be in a relationship, get with someone in a relationship while you're on birth control, and then you decide to get off it because maybe you're with this person to a point where you're like, oh, like I could just get off it now. Like this is the person I'm with, and since it changed you chemistry, once you kind of get off of it, you're like unattracted to that person.
For
In
real?
weird ways, like their pheromones, almost like their smell, you could not like.
Mm.
And like people
Hmm.
have broken up because of that, because the woman's just like, I don't know what happened. Like,
Interesting.
That's
you
fucking
know,
crazy.
like my body was different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I just
never
got rid of
heard
that.
of
I flushed that shit out. Yeah.
Mm.
So could be the same for men, you know. You end up in a relationship with some girl, and then you're like, shit, what happened?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I ain't taking it.
Yeah, I ain't taking that shit regardless. And speaking of male and female, Lay wanted to talk about a topic this week. That is a hot topic.
Is it spicy?
No,
A hot topic. Did you tell him? What did I say?
What?
swimming.
Hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, yeah, it's not
Oh.
spicy, but
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Leah Thomas.
This trans woman that's swimming and now breaking records is very unfair as a woman. I have not a lot, but I do have trans friends, and I respect them. I respect their community. I respect, everything that they stand for. I respect their decision. I think they're bold, and I think that I appreciate them being able to be comfortable in their own skin. And I feel like if it's no harm, it's no harm. Like, y'all not bothering nobody. Y'all just, that's how you want to express yourself. Go for it. But now it's harming women that are working so hard day in and day out to surpass these records and these standards that we have built for ourselves. Like, not even on no like feminist shit or anything like that, because I don't even claim to be like a feminist or anything. I'm just talking like just like as a woman. Like, it's so hard to reach some of these goals and to do some of these things in athletics as a woman, and for somebody to trans that was biologically a man, and it's not even like y'all waited till the hormones kicked in or something. Like, you biologically a man, you you know, transitioned or whatever, and now you on a girls team. Like it just it's not the math not mathing. Like it just doesn't make no sense. Like it's not fair. It's not fair. Simple as that. Period. And I don't want to like ever offend anybody or it is what it is. I respect you and I respect people and their culture and whatever it is they feel is right and necessary and just for them to survive every day. But no, now y'all messing with other people and it's never gonna be fair. There's just things that are like black and white. Like we keep trying to make this gray area to justify certain things, but some things are really black and white. And we got to start realizing, like, this is just the truth. Like, it is what it is. Like, we're going to live by this truth or we're going to do something. Like, what are y'all trying to do? Like,
being a person that grew up running track, and this is something that people just recently discovered with this past Olympics, and they're, like, outraged about it. But being Jamaican, this is something that our women has faced doing, Olympics and, national title events and stuff like that for a long time. I just find it funny how there's natural born women who have been disqualified or just consistently tested to see if they, had male hormones or they're using testosterone or whatever to get some type of athletic gain, and some people have been disqualified like this past year, and some people just been harassed and just constantly hounded on what they did to get their physique to look like that, and how did they gain certain things and these certain types of muscles. This is muscles, certain muscles women have and men have and women don't. It's odd that it's on a woman. And like no one batted an eye at that. But now there's like, this is a new thing now that we're kind of approaching. And like, I feel like if that's okay, why was that never okay? How do you go from one extreme to the next?
Yeah. I feel like it's very... everything nowadays, it's not even for like the whole community. Now everything is just to protect the trans. Like, and I don't ever want anything bad to happen to anybody, like I don't want this to come out like any kind of insensitive or any kind of way like that, but like everything now is to protect trans people. And we like, there's certain bathroom regulations now, you even look at a trans a wrong way, you might get a hate crime ticket or some shit like that. Like, there's too many things going on right now. And it's just like, now, like, where are we going to start drawing lines? Like, we need to...
How do trans people feel about it?
Understand. I haven't asked... I'm gonna ask any of my trans.
Do they think it's fair?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a conversation with like a trans spokesperson. Like seriously, like a leader.
There probably is one, some kind of. I think that's probably a title out there.
I mean, you could just say somebody from the community.
Like
just somebody comes from the out of community.
Someone's willing to represent the community.
An advocate. I would really want to know if they think it's fair. That's it.
Do you guys think it's fair?
I feel like it's a like super gray area now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, is it fair in what? Morality? Or is it fair by definition? Because by definition, it's fair. You feel me?
Why is it fair by definition?
Because she's a woman participating in a woman's sport. That's just the plain definition.
Is she a woman though?
Yeah.
Like, all right, I don't want to say that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you start to go into the layers of it, that's just on the surface.
Yeah.
And then you have the layer of, all right, even though, you've transitioned
like, y'all niggas
into
didn't even wait
womanhood,
until
right?
that shit kicked in.
That
she couldn't grow some titties first.
You can't lay about to get us on canceled. I ain't saying none of that. But
no, Kizzy, though. Like, I'm just saying, and again, I keep saying, like, I'm not trying to offend nobody. Like, I got trans friends. Like, I respect the culture.
It's a situation that I feel like we've never really run into before, and like I said, it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it's like I don't really have any horse in this race to really speak about this because I don't have a child. I don't have a significant other that's participating in somebody that's like that, and I don't have anybody in my life that's trans. So I don't really know what to say or how to really approach it. I just know that biologically, men and women are built differently, and however you feel, interior, however you feel that you are your spirit, whatever the case may be, I can respect that. But I just know for a fact men and women are built differently, and there's just certain advantages that are just gonna be had.
What's the difference between sex and gender again?
I don't know. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think sex is what you identify, and then gender is.
I was curious.
Born.
Do trans identify?
No, I think it's the opposite. Actually,
It's the opposite.
I think sex is like what you're born. Gender is fluid.
Okay.
So gender. So
gender's a spectrum. Would be the.
So they claim their changes in gender, not in sex.
I'm thinking both
because they're transgender.
Yeah.
So I think I was also to a TED Talk once. So they admit that your sex, male or female, you're born with, but you said your gender, your self identity can change.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't sports based on sex or is it based on gender?
I think that's part of it. Is like we're gonna get to the point of just like we're gonna be like, all right, why are we dividing these people? And maybe we'll just there'll be like qualifiers that put you in different leagues. So we will start to see kind of like co-ed sports more often. And there's like this person's that good, this person's that good, and then it'll kind of work its way out.
I don't think we want to see co-ed sports.
But it would weed its way out. Think about it. You're not gonna have a super weak woman next to a super strong man because their times will be completely different.
Yeah,
you'll only be able to be next to that person if your time can literally qualify.
Yeah, like you go through a series of challenges.
So not just them being there because of whatever.
I think it would take away from women's greatness.
Nah, I don't think so. There's a lady that she just set a power cleaning record, and if she was in a men's class and she beat all those men with that power cleaning record, that would be even greater, no?
But it's not gonna. I don't want to say it's not gonna happen because there'll always be that one off where it's like it happened. But on average, we all know that men are more athletic than women are. Like,
yeah. So wouldn't that make her win in that class with mostly men greater? That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying most of the time it's just not gonna happen. Like women aren't gonna win.
I don't think there should be co-ed.
It's just you should separate the sports. I think
it is what it is.
Even back then, when they did separate the sports, they separated for a reason. Because we know, like, look at the women's 100 and look at the men's 100. Where would the all-time women's record place in top men's not 100 runs? Would it be top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be?
Yeah.
I think the fastest guy is in the 9s and the fastest girl's in the sub 10s.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be top 5, bro.
I'm pretty sure
Serena Williams has a quote on like record saying that just like even her being the greatest woman tennis player ever, she would probably get washed by like the 200th ranked male.
She said that?
Yeah. She's just like, it's just different. Like they just are hitting at a different speed. It's harder. Like I'm
yeah,
just not used to it. They have longer legs to get across the court. Like that's the greatest woman tennis player ever. She'd be like, yeah, like that 150th ranked guy will just wash the court with me.
That's why you saying qualifier makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if athletically we both can produce the same numbers, then it completely makes sense.
Yeah.
Bro, no.
How does that make sense?
If I go through some type of like trials,
5 women's 100-meter dashes and top 5 men's 100-meter dashes, they're beating them by a whole second.
All right.
And it's like, and I feel like if you were to put them together, you would be like, oh, you lost by a second. In track, if you're looking at the 100, a second's a lot. It'd be like anywhere from here to here.
Yeah, but
and so you'd be like,
that second would put them in 2 different classes, though. That's what you're not like getting.
But then you're not. Then it's not the best. Okay, you're gonna put men who run 10 seconds with women who run 10 seconds. Okay, but the guy running 10 seconds, he's not even close to being a top male runner.
Yeah, but that's why he's saying for the class, you would be placed in that class. Wouldn't be about male and female anymore.
It would just be about your.
So like, let's say if the weight class was 160, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for 160 for this height and this build. All these people, genderless, it doesn't matter. All these people are able to produce this number. And if you fall into that top 10 or top 5 in those people that can produce this number, you're in the top 5 of that class.
Yeah, that makes sense for fighting. Wouldn't make sense for running.
It makes sense for everything. It makes sense for lifting, throwing.
you're gonna say, okay,
like
we're gonna have a
basketball. Like
we're gonna
if
have
you
a
can-
135-pound heat for track in the 100 meter. Then we're gonna have a 200-pound heat.
But you ran track. That's not how it works. It'd be
That's what I'm-
qualifying.
No, I'm saying, but then
So if everybody that ran
Yeah.
a 12,
Mhm.
male or female, would
Yeah.
qualify for this.
but that's not
So
the
now,
best
if you're a
anymore.
male, I know that, but that's what
Yeah.
he's saying. It would be a different idea.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. Because at the end of the day, if like the guys who ran at 12, what are you even running for?
What do you mean?
This guy's running 9s, and you ran at 12, and you want to compete against the best girl who ran at 12. Go home.
But now,
But it's not just the best girl. That
Exactly.
It's like
So if everybody-
A, B, B,
I'm the-
B, B,
I'm the
C.
best AAA track
you want-
runner. It's
yeah,
like, go
but
home.
and that's what I'm saying is like now, if that class, most of that class,
Yeah.
is women, you can just be like, all right, like if you're a guy, do you really want to be in the 10th lane with all women?
Yeah.
You feel me? So now, if he gets that win, his run seems minimized. So it really wouldn't matter.
I can't see how that works.
That's what it's not about it working. It's just
Oh.
it's just about the
It's
fact
just a
that
solution to like
it would
if
be a
we're getting to this
solution.
point that
I think the solution is what we already have. Keep men and women's sports. Like imagine you took the all-star team from the WNBA and had them play the all-star team from the NBA.
but that it wouldn't work like that.
Keep
Would
it
it-
separate. But that's just saying like the best women athletes, they shouldn't compete with like, you know what I mean? Keep it separate, bro. Because it just
I would
takes
want
away.
it to be
It takes
kept
away from his
separate.
greatness.
Yeah.
Because greatness is all about relativity.
Yeah,
You're only great relative to
yeah,
Who's he-
not maybe because then you could just have some like 30-year-old dude like come on like walk off, from the sidewalk and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go try out and hopefully I make the team. Being like, yeah, I'm not the fastest, so I kind of have
Yeah.
now I'm in this league with all women. I'm just dominant, and he
Yeah.
has like no like ego about it. It's just like, no, I just like coming here and just washing the court when I
What-
play basketball, just
Bro,
dunking on these ladies.
I
you
don't
know?
agree with a lot of things Lil Boozy says, but to your point, Jace, Lil Boozy said about this, he's like, we live in America. Once you open up the opportunity for money to be made by taking
Facts.
advantage of a system, people are gonna do it. There's gonna be people who say, "Oh, my son wasn't the best at basketball. Oh, he's a girl now. He identifies as a girl. Go put him in WNBA."
Yeah,
There has to be rules, bro. Like you
Mhm.
can't just let this. You can't just. It's America. If you let things just be gray and leave it, people have to take advantage.
but
it's
now
gonna
how much
be-
like skin in the
I-
game do you have to
I-
have? Do you have to have like the whole surgery, or do you just have to kind of like
yeah,
grow your hair out?
But that's
longer,
what I'm saying.
put a
Even,
sports bra on.
even with that, if they still get the surgery, right, they still would be a stronger woman than naturally
It's-
born
there's-
woman.
It's no,
right?
yeah.
So as a league, if this person now they took the steps to transition, they're an actual woman now, right? You're gonna deny them of coming to your league because they're a natural born woman. That's gonna raise a whole nother set of problems.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why like that's what I'm saying. Like this is something new,
Mhm.
and obviously, with evolution, like there's gonna be more trans people. There'll be more people that are, open to having discussions and how to work things out, because this wasn't a problem that we had 30 years ago.
Mhm.
And now that this is a situation that we're dealing with, we're kind of gonna have to just like figure the shit out, like as we're going.
'Cause,
Like
like-
nobody really has a real answer.
Because what if 10 years from now is like all the women's sports records are held by trans women? Like,
Yeah.
what does that world look like? Where it's like all the women records in the world are just women who transitioned. How's that fair?
And what does the
Yeah.
world look like that if you're a male athlete and you decide that you are a female, that you can no longer participate in sports anymore? That's what I'm saying. You have to find a solution to help both parties. Can't just be one or the other.
Yeah, and it's a little skeptical that it's never the other way. It's never like some girl who's like, I'm a trans man and I'm gonna go play football.
Because just biologically, it just wouldn't work that way.
Yeah, like you're not gonna make the team.
So you would literally, it's a one-sided thing
Yeah, it's one side.
that you would have to figure out.
Well,
So
and I think
you could have I don't even want
have
to
a-
be
I
the one
have
to
a-
say it, but if you had a league of people that were all,
Mhm.
transitioned,
sometimes
that
I
would
have
be different.
A certain situations, I have a morality belief that like in a situation like this where like sometimes just you're gonna have to make a small group of people upset to do what's best for everybody. I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with, hey, you can't make everybody happy, so some of you guys are gonna have to take the short end of the stick on this.
Nah, because even though that looks like a small group of people, they're part of alliance of a greater group of people.
I understand, but you
feel
can't.
me?
But
So that is not gonna go over well.
I know it's not, but you can't have. It's just the real world, you know. Unfortunately, like you can't have everything your way. Like you have to have compromise. Like, hey, you can't. It's sport. Like sports is sports. You know what I mean? Like it's been separate for a reason. Like I'm not saying you should have every right. You can't. You ought to have, and I think that's fair. But like, it's with sports, if you're like is he dominating women's swimming right now?
He's number one.
Like,
Yes.
what was he ranked? 300 with men?
Yeah, it was like
462?
4 something.
And he's
right?
now like
Yeah, it was
dominating.
like
women's swimming.
200.
He's not dominating. He's the number one.
Yeah.
But like, how bad is he number one? By?
He's number
No,
one.
he's number like.
Like, why are you racing him? Type of thing. Like,
Yes, he's number one.
and what do you say to that?
She's number one.
She's number one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
number one.
So
Come
what
on,
do you
guys.
say to that? But then it's also you got to be sensitive because you don't want to like ridicule her, and she goes and makes a rash decision because she was getting bullied by the entire internet.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so it
it's
has to
like-
be
because this is a thing. Unfortunately, we can't just say
and then she's the first. Unfortunately, she's out to get the bare bones of it.
yeah. So like to your point, the whole even though if it's affecting a small group of people, we just make it's just gonna continuously be a thing, and then now it'll be a thing within sports that if you transition as a male, you can't participate.
What do
in
women think?
pro sports anywhere?
What do women athletes think? What do the women swimmers think?
I know there was one story. I believe her name is Maria Sharapova or
Mhm.
something like that. She was a tennis player back in the day, like kind of before her time. Very famous. She was lesbian, very pro LGBTQ rights. You know, like gay.
Mhm.
Probably would just been because they're gay rights back then.
Yeah.
Super dominant. You know, like she was Serena Williams before Serena Williams was around.
Mhm.
You get me? And broke a bunch of records, that kind of thing. And then she came out and like made a statement about like, oh, like I don't know, like I fought so hard for like women's rights in sports for so long that I'm kind of not like happy that these like trans women are kind of coming around and like smashing records of, you know, biological women. And then just the LGBTQ community came for her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
After
So
she's a
it was
pioneer
it's
of
like
it.
it's like the Batman thing of like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So it's
I
like you
think-
were the hero for this community for like back then, but now you've become the enemy because you have a little bit of a different view. Like,
Mhm.
I don't
that's-
know if
and
I'm
that's
like I'm a little
dangerous.
skeptical.
But that's dangerous. I think that's not even sustainable. I think like even Dave Chappelle gave them that advice. That's not sustainable. Like it's not sustainable to every time someone disagrees with you to try and like put them on a steak fork. Like I'm gonna wrap you up, and
Yeah.
it's not gonna work out for you because you're gonna keep doing it over and over and over, and then people are no longer gonna be sensitive to your cause if you keep canceling people just because they disagree with you. Like that should open up for a discussion. Why is a pioneer of our movement telling us that we think we're going in the wrong direction? Like that's a conversation. That's not a she's canceled or how dare you? How dare you? If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be in this position. Like have some
in the
respect- have
first
some-
place.
have some respect.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to say the whole LGBTQ.
No,
came
but you
for
know,
her,
you
but
need
I just felt
pioneers.
it needed like to, you know, I'm sure it wasn't
good
every. I'm
amount.
sure, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it was a small section that kind of was very vocal about it, but I'm sure there's some that supported
Bro,
her.
there has to be
I shouldn't just speak
there has
as
to
a
be bless you,
unison.
there has to be dialogue, bro, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it, man. Just it's like the conversation. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy that you can't even say like, I kind of don't like you can't. It's the point where like if you disagree, they're like, how dare you? How dare
Yeah.
you not want? It's just
Like,
like,
no,
yo,
it
can't we
makes-
just have the conversation that like maybe this isn't kind of fair?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's definitely not. Like just talk to me about it, explain to me,
bro.
whatever.
There was a man that transitioned, and he was UFC fighting,
Yeah,
Jesus.
and he was literally, obviously, you know, most men are gonna punch harder than a woman, right?
Yeah.
He was literally breaking like orbital bones, fracturing skulls. Like it's just not a fair fight, literally.
They have to stop him. They told me couldn't. Bless you.
Yeah.
They told me couldn't do it no more.
I don't know.
I don't know what they did with it, but
Yeah.
they had to put him like on pause because he was like,
I think one of the
badly
biggest
injured
parts of
people.
it is that what they weren't telling people. They weren't telling the women that they were fighting, that they were a trans woman. You know. So I think that was a big people's
Yeah.
like complaint about it. Like
It
I just
is-
like telling them,
and it's
at
so
least let them
funny.
know.
We got so many like this is what's it called? First world problems.
Mhm.
You know? First world problems.
This is what happens when you ain't got nothing else to worry about. Once you got a stable food supply, you know.
Yep.
You start being like, oh, women swimming, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've never cared about women swimming ever before.
No.
College
That's
swimming too, like Olympics maybe, but
I wonder if the Olympics would let him race. I feel
don't
like
think so.
international law would be like, wait a
hell
minute.
no.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't
They
think
would
so.
be like,
definitely couldn't.
Yeah.
not
International.
international.
Bro,
Yeah,
there's
they-
no way freaking
Actually,
like
China
North Korea is
and all that
allowing.
shit, yeah.
no, wasn't there a weightlifter this past Olympics? Wasn't that a story? Was that
Not sure.
Olympics? I feel like there was a story about like a trans weightlifter. I don't know if it was Olympics or something else though. Or maybe
But
international.
once again, people, like we said, that none of us are freaking versed in this. Okay, we're not looking to offend anybody. Any ignorance comes from ignorance. Like we literally just don't know. But yeah, it's a conversation to be had. It's a solution. I mean, there's a issue and there's a solution, and somebody needs to figure out, before it reaches a point to where now they're just like there's just no labels on anything and we're just just doing whatever. Will you ever get the feeling, right, that something feels off but you don't know what it is?
No,
Never?
for the most part, no.
Jace? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I put is like, whenever you feel like that, how do you identify, or what is like your process of go through to like
That's-
view damage control? Like, why do I feel
That's
like this?
called anxiety, my friend.
Hmm?
That's called anxiety.
Not all the time.
I don't think so.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I feel like sometimes it comes from well, my personal experience might come from something that you haven't dealt with yet, or something that's maybe you kind of want to change but you don't want to
Yeah.
do it yet.
I think it's all anxiety, yeah. Just think like it's just the working out coping skills, how you can get through certain things and to break through to get to your next step.
Mhm.
So whatever truly brings you joy. I always tell people like, right, when you go home and you don't want to talk to anybody, put something funny on TV. You don't have to talk to anybody for the next 10, 12 hours. Just talk to yourself, get your thoughts together, organize, figure out what is what for you to break through, for you to get to the next step.
Mhm.
But I think it's all just anxiety, and we all find like different coping mechanisms to help us.
Because all right, so the way I'm looking at it, I don't know if I asked it differently, but it's just like not necessarily just like you feeling like down or like sad or like you being anxious, so to speak. There's like sometimes everything, like all your ducks in a row, you have everything, pretty much done that you need to get done. So you might just feel like a void or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily label as anxiety in my case. I think sometimes it's like you just have to do some soul searching. You might be in a point of your life where you might just feel like, content. You might be complacent. You might need to like grow from the situation you're in. Or you may, I don't know, you may be thinking about something that you might have did or think if, that was the right decision. And you might be kind of like, playing devil's advocate with that or something like that. But I don't know.
Yeah. When I'm truly fully happy, I don't be like, that's when I'm glowing and growing.
Mhm.
Like if I got all my ducks in a row and I'm on track to the things that I want to accomplish, that's when I'm feeling the best.
No.
But I don't know, like when I start worrying about little things and start thinking about past things and why they turned out the way they did, things like that, I think that's just like anxious. I'm just anxious. I'm having too much time sitting down, not being productive, or not, too much time in my thoughts. So I try to talk myself out of that. Like, it's not a healthy thing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Jace.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know how to articulate. Like, yeah, I guess.
I think I'm having another music situation right now. I don't think I'm really getting out what I mean.
what you really meant to say?
Yeah.
Like when you know, is it more so like, I'll give an example. Say you're out, right? You're having a conversation with someone and you say something and you catch that the person you're talking to makes like a funny, quick facial expression and you like caught it, but you don't know why they did it. And it's like, when I said this person reacted that way. Why did they do that? Is that like a sign of jealousy? Was it like a sign of hate? Like something like that, where you catch something like at
Nah, because that's more so somebody else's reaction. I just mean like, because I don't know, maybe something that I just experienced. Because there's a lot of times where like I'll have like it's not, I'm not worried about anything, and it's like, you know, it's a state of I have everything done that I need to get done and everything like that, and like I'm feeling good. It's not like I'm sad or anything, but you know, sometimes you just feel like,
yeah, I
you're
feel
just like, nah, there's something else. Like I know there's something else I
feel
need
like-
to be doing, or
I feel like sometimes like your soul's trying to talk to you, like that inner you.
yeah,
That is like a collection of like your paradigms, like your self beliefs,
Mhm.
your self, like everything that you, like it's like, you know, when you're not doing everything that you think you ought to be doing. Like something inside of you is saying that like what's going on right now doesn't agree with the belief system I have or the paradigms or maybe where you saw yourself being at this point in your life. Like your inner you is telling you something is off. And I think like times like that, you got to get really quiet.
yeah,
Like Lay was saying, like you got to go spend time alone. You got to really dig deep. Writing helps like figure out, because it's like your body always sends you signals, like emotions and stuff are like signals that your body's communicating to you, but you have to interpret it. And sometimes they don't come with like instructions on how to interpret it, but that feeling of lack or like that feeling of something's not right is because your body's communicating that something's actually not right.
yeah,
And you got to figure out what that is. Like, and like, you know, should I be doing something that I'm not doing right now? Should I be further along? Am I like it's you got to really, and that all comes from like what your own personal belief systems are,
yeah.
you know. But
That's more so what I was trying to get at, is like that process of kind of like identifying like what that is and like how to work through it. Like, what does that process look like for you guys? That was my question.
no, I said no, but yeah, that happens sometimes. But I think you just got to get quiet. What I've been doing a lot lately is like driving in my car with no music. I've just been listening to my thoughts just go on and on and on and on and on. I just listen to myself. And I think we should all spend time just listening to ourselves, and just because I think your inner you is always trying to talk to you and communicate with you. But like sometimes the world's just moving too fast and it's too loud. And then when life's too loud and things are moving too fast, it's just, you never get those moments to yourself to really hash out what's going on.
Yeah,
You know, and I think we all need to do that.
yeah. Because that is the weird thing of it sometimes for me, because it comes from a place where like I'm like, I got everything done, you know, I'm in like complete solitude, shit like that, and there wouldn't technically be anything for me to be like anxious about. So for me, like I wrote down like whenever I'm in like that state of mind, I feel like it has to do like I either need like a new challenge, like feel like in that moment when I feel like weird, I feel like I'm starting to grow, because you know with discomfort comes growth. Or for me, it means like just like reconstruction. Like I might be like, I'm doing everything I need to do, but I might be spending a little bit too much time on that. And I feel like I need to focus more energy on this. Like that's how I feel like I generally think when I'm in those times.
No, I agree with that, bro. It's Jace, did you think of something too?
I think just trying to like get back into some sort of like routine, maybe of just kind of like back to the basics at times, or just trying to be. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about like what Lay said, and like kind of comparing it or saying it comes from anxiety. And I just kind of was like thinking in my head, like, where does it come from? And I think it really does all come back to like anxiety, usually, at least for me. Like just like think about the future, and like maybe just like everything could be going good, like you're doing your shit and you're on top of everything, but then you're just like, but I'm not here yet. And it's like you're kind of like discounting all these other things you're doing and just worried about like the one thing you're not doing or the two things you're not doing, and not thinking about the 5 things you are doing.
Yeah.
That, you know, have put you further along to what point you are. And you're just kind of like, yeah, this is unnecessary anxiety. Like I'm just making myself anxious because I don't know, whatever you want to be. So you just start to like look at yourself and be like, all right, let me appreciate these other things I have done, and just really take a step to like be like, oh man, It's kind of like stopping the idea of like stopping and smelling the flowers or whatever. You get me? Like taking appreciation of the things you have. I don't know.
This has been another episode of the Demigod
It's funny,
Chronicles.
Jace. It's funny.
Come on, it's a little callback joke. Just for us. Just
man.
for us.
It's funny.
We appreciate you guys for coming, spending today with us. Make sure, once again, wish my boy Chris a happy birthday. And for his birthday, he wants from
Do
you
we like
guys,
it
this is
every
his
day?
present. Go. What do you want?
Leave a review on their Spotify or Apple Podcasts on the Demigod Chronicles page. Leave a review, a comment.
And if you don't buy someone a free gift that they ask for, you're just an asshole. I'm just gonna be honest.
Asshole.
Just an asshole. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Whether you stop listening after 15 seconds, whether you made it to this point, we appreciate you for even giving us a chance. Follow everybody on their social medias. Well, Lay's not on social media, so we could, cut that out off rip. But follow everybody at cb.lopez. Hey, audience member, you want your social media shouted out? There's a V in there somewhere, right? Yeah. See, ASAP Rocky. I always notice that the V's sensational. I think the V is an A. There's like
practices this.
The A is a V. We'll tag her.
I wouldn't catch that if I was listening.
We'll tag it. Go to Instagram.
Sensational.
Follow Jay at J Squay, and at Extra Sauce Productions PROD. Chris is annoying. Follow me at __ Demigod _ and at MSTRD _ studio spelled with a V, and follow the page at the DGC _ on Twitter, on Instagram at mastered _ studios, and
do you guys smell
on Instagram
Pasta.
It smells like chicken, right?
I like pasta. It smells really good.
It smells good. At the Demigod Chronicles _ once again, appreciate y'all. Thanks for popping out. Appreciate you. Chris, at the people's Spanish.
Yo espero que tú tengas un bien semana y que tú tienes muchas cosas para llegar en el futuro. Gracias para escuchando.
And we out of here. Bow.